What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Seder, and today I am finally able to say that I have finally read Frozen Tides by Morgan Rhodes. So just like Gathering Darkness, this isn't going to be a typical review, and that's mostly because where I'm at right now with the series, how I'm feeling about it, has really changed since I reviewed the first two books in the series, and I have this whole new outlook on it. And plus, since it's the fourth book, I don't want to get too bogged down in the details if you haven't read the series yet, which, by the way, you totally should, but no need to worry about spoilers because I'm mostly just going to be talking about the story overall as of right now. A lot of this new perspective that I have on the story has come from listening to Gathering Darkness and now Frozen Tides, just because listening to an audiobook kind of gives you a different feel for the story than when you're actually reading it, and it's kind of hard to explain if you have never listened to a book before. But regardless, I've come to discover that these books, while they are about this power play between all of these different kingdoms and all of those magical elements and this crazy religion that they've got going on, the story is really a study in character development, because there is a huge cast of characters in these books. So many characters, in fact, that there is normally a little character guide in the beginning just so that you can keep track of all of them, and every single one of them goes through so much character development, and they just really evolve from book to book that it's something that I never even noticed until I finally listened to Frozen Tides. And I have read the other books many times. I think I read Fallen Kingdoms, which is the first book, at least 3 times before Rebel Spring came out, so I already knew, who these characters were and what was going on. And it took me this long to realize what the author was doing, and that was showing us this evolution in characters and the amazing journey that they were going on and how things have really changed. And that's really like how life is. A lot of times when you read books, yes, things change a lot, but for the most part, everybody is who you knew and where they were in the beginning, and yeah, they've come far, but there's really not that much difference. Whereas in these books, there's relationships that come and go, people die, people leave us, and our 4 main characters just keep growing and growing and growing until we've come to only the 4th book in the series, and they have already come so far, and it just makes me really interested to see what is going to happen next. It's even gotten to the point where my favorite character in the beginning is no longer my favorite character anymore. And I think that's why I might have lost a little bit of interest in this series, because when I was rereading Gathering Darkness and getting ready to read Frozen Tides, I really didn't want to read Frozen Tides. I'd kind of lost a lot of interest in the series, and it was getting way too confusing because the plot itself is very complex. There's a lot of stuff with the immortal watchers and like the sanctuary and the powerful kindred. Now there's all these gods and stuff, and it's just very easy to get bogged down in all of that, especially since the antagonist seems to change from book to book. But now that I've read Frozen Tides and they kind of took a break from that and focused more on the characters, I got to see what was actually going on, and that was that you're supposed to be seeing how these characters are evolving and where they were and where they are now and what direction they're going in. And that has just made me love this series all over again. And now I'm actually excited about reading the next book instead of kind of dreading it. But anyway, back to the characters. Like I was saying, my favorite character is no longer my favorite character, but I can still admire this amazing path that they've chosen and where they're going right now. And all of my ships were built and then destroyed, and now I have a new ship that I never thought I would ship in the beginning of this series. And if you've read this series, you probably know what I'm talking about, because I ship it so hard, especially after Frozen Tides, and I'm just like, oh my god, I have to know. Are they gonna be together? Surely they can't die, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out. Probably the most interesting thing about realizing that these are more character-based than story-based is that that's not something that you normally see in these high-level fantasy books. In fact, I've only ever really seen it done one other time, and that was with the Throne of Glass series. Yeah, sometimes fantasy books will focus on the characters because obviously they have to do a lot of evolving and they really develop over the chapters, but there's still a high focus on the story. And these books seem to be more like The Lux by Anna Gobberstein, where yes, you are interested in the story, but you're more interested in what's going on with the characters and how society has changed them and how their mindset changes from book to book and how they grow into this new character. And I absolutely adore books like this, so when I started to realize this, it just really renewed my interest, because the story itself, like I said, does get really complex and it changes a lot and sometimes it's hard to follow. So knowing that it's more character-based than story-based is just really, really exciting to me and has got me just so pumped for book 5 to come out in December. Like I said before, I know this isn't like my traditional book reviews, but I hope you guys liked seeing a little bit of a different take on what I think about these books. If you haven't read this series, I highly recommend that you do, but if you have read the series, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you guys are thinking of it so far, and who is your favorite ship right now? I'm really interested to see if other people are shipping my ship. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every Monday. That's everything I got for you today, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!